present G.F. Newman's The Corrupted.
With only 1 hour of yard exercise a day, and most of the rest of the time spent in my prison cell, I didn't have much to do but read or stare at the wall or think about past events. I was looking for lessons that would prevent me from returning to prison, but I had a long wait before I could put them into practice. To everyone's surprise, Harold Wilson and his Labour government were returned to power to govern with an overall majority. That was only the start of our problems, with inflation at an all-time high, interest rates at 14%, and veiled threats of unpopular measures to deal with a worsening economic situation. Not a message many wanted to hear, or what he planned to do to bring the recently declared independent Rhodesia back into line. His real problem was with the big unions, which had helped him get re-elected. They expected reward, not more restraint. My Uncle Jack was getting crazier and crazier, and ignoring the storm clouds gathering on our horizon. The police made more and more inquiries about what we were up to. This was the year the Richardsons were to fall, but Jack couldn't see it ever happening to him, thinking the police he gave money to would protect him forever, not seeing that they might fall as well.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon.
I still find it odd, a girl buying around, Sonia.
But you keep telling me I'm not a girl. I'm a plonk. The only way I can get your attention is by taking you for a drink.
Well, what about getting a spaghetti bolognese?
What I want to know, Tony, is why you've been moved out the robbery squad and put in with DCI Phoenix lot.
Who knows? The governor must have had his reasons.
You mean Mr. Slipper didn't consult you first?
Surprisingly. Just told me to keep my eyes and ears open.
Something's going on.
Maybe he wants me to keep an eye on DCI Fenwick.
Why would he?
Do you hear rumours about him? That he's at it?
Oh, come off it. He's Superintendent Slipper's most trusted officer.
Oh, I thought you thought that was me.
Well, I started to wonder. Mr. Slipper being a single man.
Maybe it's me that's being tested, Sonia.
Oh, you pass any test.
Or it might be someone is concerned that we're too close, and I might get distracted working with him.
It's unlikely. You think more of police work than you ever do of me.
Well, the police manual's not as much fun as you, son. Let's get some spaghetti and take it from there. You never know, I might get shipwrecked going out to the Isle of Wight tomorrow.
You know, Tony, there might not be a reason you were moved.
Come on. I like being distracted.
To feel you all around me and to take your hand along the sand. Half that I me is where I'm trying.
Are you giving Sonia Oak one, Tony?
What, the plonk on the robbery squad? I wouldn't mind. Is she available?
They're all available, especially to a young, good-looking man. If I was your age with your looks, I'd be shagging after ladies in London.
I don't know when I do any coppering, Gov.
Yeah? You like the life.
What I was born for, Gov.
Be careful it doesn't take you over. Some policemen lose all sense of perspective. They think they can do anything.
What do you mean, go bent?
What corrupt policemen do you know, Tony?
None, I don't think. Well, I've never met any, Gov.
You surprise me. Sharp detective like you.
And where do I find these coppers, Gov?
They pop up in the most surprising places. What about Superintendent Slipper?
He's bent.
Think about it. With a yacht parked down here at Cowes. We can take a gander later if you like. After we've been out to Parkhurst to interview David Crutwell.
Maybe Mr. Slipper's mum buys Dulux Christmas crackers, Gov.
Maybe. Look at Commander Drury. So bent he's called Hairpin.
How could he get away with it and get promoted?
By making sure those around him are bent. Why do you think we haven't nicked criminals like the Richardsons or the Bradens or the Krays?
Superintendent Slipper brought us in because we're not tainted with corruption.
Long may it last. In this job, you learn to watch everyone else's back.
And who watches mine, Gov?
Someone will, if you let them. Let's get ashore and see what this prisoner's got to say for himself.
Did I pass the test, Gov?
You'll do, Tony.
Shows how hard up you get in prison. Taking a visit from old Bill.
I'm DCI Fenwick. This is Detective Constable Wednesday, Mr. Crutwell.
You look young enough not to have gone bent yet.
Well, I'll try and keep it that way, Mr. Crutwell.
What can I offer you, gents? Cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit?
Perhaps a screw would serve it.
No, just ring the bell. I'll take your order.
We'll settle for some information.
You're a bit swift, son. What? Feel uncomfortable here? You've been at it long enough to have put in some men in here?
Well, that's not the way policemen perform.
Yeah, tell that to a donkey and he'd kick you.
Perhaps you give us some names of corrupt police officers, David.
Is that what this is about?
We hoped you'd give evidence against Charlie and Eddie Richardson.
Nice idea. But what if they don't fall? I'm down for a bit more treatment, or my family is.
They're going away all right. We're just looking for extra nails in the coffin.
If they come in here, they get slaughtered, the thieving bastards, and Jack Braden, and his puffy nephew. They ponce off hard-working villains.
You sound bitter, David.
Nah, they didn't just rob me. They tortured me.
We heard they gave old Bill money to stay free. Well, you do a long one.
Then how are you ever going to put them away?
With the help of villains they robbed.
You could give us the names of the coppers they're bunging.
What do I get? Do I walk from here?
Unlikely, David. You were on the great train robbery with Ronnie Biggs.
Yeah, well, he's out now.
Gov. Give us some names, you could go the same way.
Tony?
You'd be on your own, David, taking your chances with staying at liberty.
You help Biggsy out that way?
Tony, you weren't supposed to reveal that.
Canny bastard. Biggsy kept well closed up.
That was part of the deal.
Steady on, Tony. Let's not promise anything. He might not have much information.
Come on. Can you help me go out?
Well, that depends on three things. What you give us, what our governor says, how easily it can be arranged.
That'll do me. Blinding.
My God, you ought to be an actor, Tony.
Well, isn't that what a lot of detective work is, Gov?
How did you come up with that stroke?
He bought it hook, line and sinker.
All we have to do is convince the super. Let's get that cab and I'll show you his yacht before we go and break the news to him.
How the hell do you imagine such a thing might be arranged, Tony? And you ought to have more sense, George. An excuse for him, he's lacking experience.
It was my doing entirely, sir. I just sprung it on DCI Fenwick during the interview.
Well, putting your hand to it does you credit, son. How does this run from here?
I know that if we want to nail these gangs, we've got to be imaginative.
We've got to be realistic, too.
We could string him along, get the information, get him to give evidence first.
Well, that would be the last help we get from any villain in a long while.
It's dangerous.
We could do as Mr. Fenwick says. Let him give evidence, and then let him attempt an escape on his way back from court, and put the local uniform on high alert.
How useful is Crutwell's information to us?
He'd be a strong witness against the Richardsons. They tortured him for his share of the great train robbery money.
Will a convicted felon convince the jury?
On his own, no. But he won't be on his own. He can help us with Braden's lot. He won't get his escape attempt until he's given evidence against Jack Braden too.
Blame for all he's worth. Well done, Tony. That's what we need. Radical new thinking.
Have a seat, gentlemen. Prison officer's just bringing Crutwell up.
Yeah, we should have asked for tea and chocolate biscuits. That would impress our man.
Too right. Here, water. Any chance of getting some tea and chocolate biscuits in here?
Yeah, right.
Good thinking, Tony. Oh, what did you think of our governor's yacht in Cowes Harbour?
Yeah, if you like that sort of thing. Didn't look very comfortable.
It's a racing sloop, is why. He sometimes sails with Uffa Fox, the Duke of Edinburgh's friend, and Teddy, the Tory leader.
No, you saying he's bent too, Gov? It's as well I didn't vote for him.
Well, let me close the door. Thanks, Chief.
Are we on? Same sort of help Biggsy got?
Ronnie Biggs went into corrupt cops and bent screws. He didn't put up names.
Well, he could afford to. Ronnie got a lion's share. With the geezer he helped set up the Blag.
Who was the other organiser, David?
Roy the Weasel. We all got nicknames. One was the banker.
That won't even get you on a gardening party, much less over the wall.
Well, what do you want to know?
Gov, let's call it a day. He doesn't know sweet effort.
No, look. I'll help you. You help me.
How were the Richardsons involved?
They weren't. Bigsy and the Weasel went to them first, but they didn't think the train could be stopped.
And Jack Braden?
Well, he was well involved. But then he got nicked, so they dropped him out.
Doesn't help much, David.
They swagged our shares off us.
Who? Braden's lot?
Well, they got Bobby Brown's share. Richardson's nicked mine, the slags. They pulled out 3 teeth before I told them where the money was. I hate them. If I can get those dogs put down, I will.
Once he got started, David Crutwell wouldn't stop talking. Mostly about the Richardsons, but other names came up, including mine and Joey's. How we were bunging old Bill. He didn't realise that old Bill was sitting right across the table from him taking notes. What he had on Joey and me could only have been a rumour, but he was throwing everything into the pot. All of this was only mentally noted by Tony Wednesday, but it would be enough for him to act upon later. After the 3-hour interview, the detectives had a lot to go on. On their way home on the boat, George Fenwick tried to steer Tony Wednesday away from me and Joey, but I'm sure in hindsight, that only made the young detective more keen. Meanwhile, Joey's information about Johnny Bradbury was paying off, and a deal was done to bring him back to England to give evidence. Later, Tony was to come to us, not to arrest us, but for his share of what was on offer. Things weren't going all his way, of course.
Keep on running, run away, lady. Keep on hiding, baby.
What do you make of DCI Fenwick, Sonia?
Tony, have you ever stopped thinking about work?
Well, I'm a detective, son. I look at people and think, are they at it? And most of them are.
You think everyone's got an ulterior motive?
Don't tell me you don't.
Well, why would I?
Do you think Fenwick's bent?
Well, he certainly thinks he's a ladies' man. What with his high-heeled boots and his Old Spice aftershave. The way he comes on at women with that, well, here I am, baby look.
Well, that's policeman. But is he at it?
Not with me, he's not.
You know what, son? I think you're shrewder than you crack on.
I was, then why'd I let myself get pregnant? Tony? You say something?
Why did you?
I was crazy enough to fall for an obsessive detective.
Is it worth being any other kind?
So, do you know any good abortionists?
Yeah, old book full. You never know when they'll come in handy.
Damn you, Tony. I'm serious. I'm gonna need something.
Why would you want one of those creeps poking inside you?
Why'd you bloody well think?
You didn't answer the question, Sonia.
I can't see you wanting to get married. At least you didn't say, is it mine? You bastard, you thought it.
Nah, you wouldn't be mug enough to look elsewhere with me around. You know how I started life?
The romantic butterbox baby dumped on the orphanage doorstep.
Oh, eyes up, there's a spade dealing. Purple Hearts, probably. Should we nick him?
I'm calling the local cops, I'm off for the night.
If you can't find an abortionist, I wouldn't want my kid ending up in that poxy orphanage.
Well, I suppose I could get that old Bobby you're always on about to keep an eye on him.
Oh, you think it's a boy?
I've got a feeling about it.
We've got some bad news for you, Sonia. Sergeant Watling popped his clogs. Kidney failure. Killed over on his allotment. No one noticed until that bossy cow he married got fed up with keeping his dinner hot.
Oh, Tony, I am sorry. Why didn't you say?
Well, what could you have done, giving him one of your kidneys? As he's not around, I'll look out for that little sprog. I don't want him growing up like me. A bastard.
A real romantic bastard.
Is that yes? Or do you want the abortionist?
Be your best man, Tony. You sure this kid is yours?
Well, unless it's yours, Gov.
I'd like to have paid a visit. Sonia's a cracking-looking bird.
Well, what do you say?
Are you going on your honeymoon?
Well, we haven't thought about it. Back to work, I suppose. Can't afford much else, especially as Sonia will have to stop working.
Well, why not combine work and pleasure? A pal of mine's got a place in Marbella. You could go out on Freddie Laker's new cheap airline. It's a blinding gaff, pool, palms, the lot. Sean Connery lives just along the road. You could have a game of golf with him.
Where's the collar involved? Do I have to dig the garden?
Ken Drury went a couple of times. Lots of villains out there. You could dig around.
Is the owner of this gaff a villain?
Well retired. He's got property he rents out. You'll need some spending money.
Oh, what you going to do, Gov? Have a whip round?
Better than that, son. Get your coat.
It was then that George Fenwick waltzed Tony Wednesday, the cop who nicked me, back into our lives. Only he wasn't a lowly constable anymore, but a cunning detective. They came into the club Jack had taken off 2 Irish brothers in South Kensington. Like most such places, it was different by day without the punters and lights and pills and booze swilling around. Jack was bleary-eyed from too much dope and a lack of sleep. He was gaining a bit of weight these days, but could still put himself about. I wasn't sure how much longer that would last. He looked at Tony Wednesday like he had some recall of the time when he was in as good a shape as this detective.
You look like you do a few weights, Tony.
I try and keep fit.
George tells me you're helping put the Richardsons away.
Hardly, Mr. Braden. That was mostly down to a bloke called Johnny Bradbury. The information he's giving us, he'll be blinding.
You're the one with a slippery tongue what got him talking, right?
If you treat people as badly as the Richardsons do, no one's ever going to have a good word to say about you.
Exactly right, Tony. You have to treat people right. Pop through and find Brian, George. He needs a word.
All right, Jack.
We like to treat our friends. Do you know Princess Margaret's a friend of mine?
Yeah, I saw a picture of you together in the Daily Mail.
What a diamond. Supports our boys' boxing charity. Listen, here's a tour. Bit of spending money for your honeymoon.
That's a lot of money, Mr. Braden.
It's a wedding present.
Some might see it as a bribe.
You ain't doing nothing for me. I didn't ask for nothing. You have a happy marriage, like me, only we ain't married.
Do you know a policeman called Drury?
This a get-up?
I believe he's very corrupt.
So someone told me.
There'd be a lot of happy people in the Met if we could nick him.
Tony, you nick Ken Drury, there'd be a lot more than a tour on the table. He's the scourge of honest businessmen in the West End.
Perhaps you'd like to help me.
George Fenwick said you was shrewd and ambitious. A dangerous mixture, but I like you, Tony. Enjoy your honeymoon. When you come back, maybe I'll have something for you.
What did he bung you, Tony? Something worthwhile? Don't be coy, son.
This is well he didn't. He's interested in having someone nick Commander Drury. Apparently he's been demanding money from Mr. Braden and other businessmen.
About right, Tony.
Jack, your sister's here with Joe.
Where's my pills, Pongo? You with him?
You don't need them, Jack. You're okay.
What are you, a doctor? You get him now.
What about your sister? She's here with Joey.
What do they want? A drink?
Cath wants to talk about Leah.
If something happened to my Leah. Oh, I need something for my headache.
It's them pills doing your head in, Jack.
Find them before I throw you out on your ear. Where's Kathy?
Jack?
Kath, I gotta find my pills.
Aren't you well, Jack? Brian said you weren't yourself.
What's he saying about me? People keep plotting against me.
Brian's not plotting, Jack. He's your main support.
All he does is bring me cons I gotta keep.
We're worried about Leah, Jack.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Well, she needs to get out more. I've taken her out a few times.
She don't want to go nowhere. She's fine, Kath.
The thing is, Jack, she's a bright girl who's not achieving her potential.
Well, I let her study. She does some correspondence course.
Yeah, Kath helped her find a course through our friends in the Tory party.
The thing is, Jack, you have to let Leah go. She's not happy. She wants to go to university.
What are you talking about? I give her everything she wants.
She wants freedom to make her own choices.
She don't want to go nowhere.
She's got a good brain. The lecturer who runs her course can't give her any higher grades.
Who told you that? She just writes a lot of rubbish.
He wants her to apply for a place at Bristol University.
No, I told her. Studying's all right if it keeps her happy.
But, Jack, she's never been happy.
You're lying! She's happy with me, she is.
Not one moment of happiness has she had with you. Since we've become friends, she's on the phone weeping. She's like a bird in a cage, a prisoner in
I
her
said
own...
no. Pongo, where's those poxy pills of mine?
Let her go, Jack. Let her study properly. She'll thank you for it.
Do this one thing for the girl, Jack, before it's too late.
Too late for what? Are you plotting against me as well, Cath? You and that Jew boy? Like you done when you robbed me out of Mum's house?
We didn't rob you.
We gave you a fair share.
Look what you got out of it. Look what you got.
We worked hard for every penny.
You robbed me.
No, you're the one who robbed us with that banker.
Have enough.
We know what he did with bloody Colix.
You're crackers. Take her away, for I hurt her.
Ah, big brave Jack Braden, beating up women, all you're good for.
Have enough.
I'm ashamed your family.
Oh, with your nice posh Tory ladies, what Joey's screwing?
This is madness. Cath, let's go.
Not until he lets Leah go.
She ain't going nowhere, and if you don't stop plotting against me, I'll take the phone out the flat so she can't talk to no one.
Oh, you're off your head. I'll get someone from the mental hospital to you.
I'll kill you to do that.
Cath, come on.
Oh, I will get that girl away from you. I'll get the police.
Well, I'll kill her first.
You better have somebody to calm you down, Jack.
You're the only one I can trust, Pongo.
I'll look after you, but you gotta chill out, man, okay?
What are we going to do about getting Leah away?
What can we do, Cath? I told you that approach wouldn't work. You can't reason with a person like Jack.
Then we'll go to the police.
They won't get involved in domestic violence unless someone's killed.
He will kill her if he doesn't mend his ways, or she'll kill herself.
There's a time when you were ready to kill her. What she did to your Brian.
Oh, I feel sorry for her, Joey. Might Margaret Courtney know someone we could send round there?
What, welfare people? Why don't you ask her?
What did Jack mean? You screwing Tory ladies.
What does anything that madman say mean?
You wouldn't get up to any of that nonsense, Joey.
When would I have time? I work 14 hours a day trying to make our future. If you want to take notice of a ranting madman, I can't stop you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph. What am I saying?
You shouldn't have mentioned him robbing us with Julian Turwick.
That's been simmering ever since Jack got out of prison. He didn't get long enough. Turwick hasn't been punished at all.
Yeah, his is what I call a sleeper, Cath. He'll wake up soon and bite him.
That still leaves the problem with Leah. Can you drop me round there now?
Here, oi! Watch it.
Joey. You have to leave him, Leah. It's the only way.
There'd be hell to pay if I do. He'd only find me again.
We're going to ask someone in the Tory party I told you about to help.
How can she? She can't change Jack.
We have to try and get him certified. This lady is a friend of Rab Butler. He was Home Secretary. He'll know what to do.
He'll think we're plotting against him, Cath.
Well, we are. And we'll succeed. By hook or by crook, we'll get this wretched brother of mine out of your life.
Oh, Cath. I don't know what to say. You're so good to me. You got to go.
Why? What are you saying about me, Leah?
I'm just talking to
Don't
Cath.
give me that bollocks.
Well, since you keep her a prisoner here, Jack, I'm her only outlet.
Not anymore. Get out.
She's my friend.
You plot against me again, you'll both end up in a pig farm. And it won't be to get no bacon sandwich.
You're off your bloody head.
Get out!
Dixon!
Out!
Stop!
You don't study no more. You don't talk to Cath, letting her fill your head with stupid ideas about going to university. Get it? You better.
I hate you. I hate you so much I wish you were dead.
Okay. Get her a kitchen knife, Pongo. Let her have a go.
Jack, don't do this. It's not sensible.
Get out of the way! There you are.
This is crazy, Jack.
Shut up, you black bastard. I'll stab you. Come on, Leah. Plunge it just here. Come on. Knife me. Right here.
Jack!
She was going to do it, Pongo. What was she going to do for me? Put her to bed. She'll be fine after a bit of kip. You feeling okay now?
What do you want with me, Jack? In God's name, tell me.
I can't live without you, Leah. You're with me for life. We'll get married.
What is it you want from me?
What are you saying? Look, I give you all this.
Whatever it is you want from me, I can't give it. Sex? Oh, you just take that. You mount me like a dog. I loathe it. It's like I'm being raped.
Shut up, Leah. Shut up or I'll give you another hiding.
Leah tried the only escape open to her, pills. Even that was thwarted when Pongo found her in a semi-coma. He was in half a mind to let her go, but knew Jack would go mad if he did, or madder than he was. Pongo knew neither one of them could escape Jack. The police made their move against the Richardsons. Eddie got 5 years for the affray at Mr. Smith's club. That made the cops bolder, and they arrested Charlie and other members of the gang for torturing people to extort money from them. Meanwhile, Joey's sleeper that was to upset Julian Turwitt and his bank was about to awaken when Emil Savundra's fire, auto and marine insurance company came crashing down as Joey knew it would.
Joseph, it's an absolute disaster for the bank. Savundra's been arrested.
How much did you loan him?
The thick end of £700,000.
Well, you've got his government bonds as security.
Yes, well, we both know what they're worth.
Well, would a potential buyer know they're forged?
If we tried to sell them now, we'd lose our banking licence.
That depends who you sold them to, and how much of a hit you took on the price.
Do you have such a buyer?
Possibly the IRA might take them off you for cash from their robberies.
Well, I'm not sure I'd want them bombing my home or the bank when they discover they've been duped. There is another problem, Joseph. The Marples Ridgeway shares are dropping in value now that Ernest Marples has fled the country.
Yes, they have dipped. There's worry over Harold Wilson's economic mismanagement.
Before they go down further, I'll have to foreclose on you, Joseph, to get my money back as per our agreement.
I don't have the funds to repay you.
Then we'll sell your shares for recovery.
You stayed in fire, auto and marine too long. Silly.
It was doing so well.
The law of gravity tells us that what goes up must also come down, Julian.
I don't need a lesson in gravitational economics, Joseph. We'll sell your Marples Ridgeway shares and look to you for any shortfall.
That wasn't in the agreement Arnold Goodman drew up. As I recall, you were so impressed by the share price rocketing that you agreed if I defaulted, you'd sell the shares as your own. I thought that was a bit harsh, but in hindsight...
Damn you, Joseph! And your Jew-boy lawyer.
An expensive Jew-boy lawyer. In this life, we get what we pay for. I'm sure if you sell those shares, it'll more than cover my debt to the bank.
Father, have you any objections to me inviting a few friends round here tonight?
Yes, I have.
Well, hard luck, because they're coming.
Well, who are they then? I'd like to know who's coming
Always
tomorrow.
pick their
Don't I want
times.
any-
Tell them we don't want any, Cath.
This is a respectable house. What's that?
You keep your thieving hands off.
Where is he?
More good.
Where is he? I've been trying to reach him all day. There you are, you crook, Oldman!
Oh, that's the pot calling the kettle black, Mr. Turwitt. What on earth's wrong?
You scringing little scringer. Those Marples Ridgeway shares you gave the bank are forgeries.
How can they be?
When we came to sell them today, the broker laughed. Good forgeries, I grant you. The real shares bearing those serial numbers were sold from a nominee account in Jersey and bought by another in Liechtenstein.
They were genuine when Arnold Goodman bought them for me. Sam, when your brother-in-law held them. And when I handed them into the care of your bank.
You'll compensate the bank or my partners will go straight to the police.
I'll do no such thing, Julian. Look at our agreement.
That doesn't take account of your passing us forged instruments.
How did I pass them to you? In a sealed envelope? No. I saw you inspect them.
I took your word as to their authenticity. We had an ongoing relationship.
There's an old saying, caveat emptor, buyer beware.
I don't need a translation from a bloody barrow boy! You've not heard the last of this!
Mr. Turwitt, I was going to offer you a cup of tea.
It took a while, Catherine, but that'll teach him to steal our money.
I hope his bank collapses.
I expect he'll steal a bit more from someone else. I said we'd get even.
You are clever, Joey.
Joseph,
You're still my clever Joey.
turn the telly back up. Let's see what Steptoe's up to.
Oh, you want some cheese, dear? You want some cheese, dear? Eat that! Oh, my God, what's that? That's camembert. Nice running.
Meanwhile, John Redford's finished his law degree at university, top of his year. Academia was all that he excelled at. Socially, he was hopeless and could barely function. Then that wasn't surprising given his background with the Plymouth Brethren. He did manage to get a girlfriend, a weird frizzy-haired law student who he poked only on a Saturday, much to her frustration. When she finally challenged him and threatened to leave him, he decided he should marry her, but not before going home to talk to his mum about it. Aunt Alice didn't really approve as she wasn't of the Brethren and wasn't about to join. The marriage wasn't destined to last.
This is a surprise, John. I wasn't expecting you. Is something wrong?
No, nothing, Mum. I just wanted to tell you I came top of my year at college.
Oh, that's first-rate, son. Let's go in here and have a tea and a bun to celebrate.
My superiors in the Met are delighted.
Oh, Mr. Edwards will be very pleased. He'll want to announce it in church.
I think I'd rather not have it bandied about.
Just as you please, son. In here. 2 cups of tea and a necklace cake, please. Is there something troubling you, son?
No. I have to start back with the police on Monday.
It was your wish to do God's work in that way.
I'm afraid the work might be painful for you, Mother. The police are building a case against your brother Jack and his gang.
That isn't as painful as seeing the wrongdoers prosper. Brother Jack has done many wicked things. It is entirely appropriate that the Lord uses you as a vehicle to bring him to justice.
I don't know if the Met hierarchy will allow that because of our familial relationship.
That's not fair. You've proved your worth many times over. I'll write to the Commissioner and tell him.
No, best not. I should try to prove useful to the authorities using what knowledge I have of that side of the family.
Well, yes, that seems a sensible idea, John.
I just wanted to warn you, in case our name's mentioned in connection with them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take our tea over to that table. God bless.
There is something else, Mother. I want to get married.
Oh, well, that is good news. John, is she within the Brethren?
I'm afraid not. She's a lawyer. Very bright. Quite outspoken.
Will she be joining us?
Religion of any sort is not for her.
If you choose to make such a liaison, I'm sure God will forgive it, even if Mr. Edwards won't. I'll pray for her.
You haven't even asked her name, Mother. It's Elaine Stone.
Is she Jewish?
It's not an issue.
I'm sure you'll do the sensible thing, son.
Girl, I wanted you to know.
I shan't mention this to Mr. Edwards. Perhaps you can marry quietly in London. I'll find a reason to come up if you wish to have me there.
Yeah, I would like that.
When do you expect to take action against your Uncle Jack?
I don't know. I'll only be part of the overall team.
Well, thank you for your confidence in this matter, son. I'll pray for a favourable outcome.
God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me.
Jack, there's a woman here says she's your sister.
Yeah, what's she want? Give me more mouth pie about Leah.
It's not Cath, Jack. Her name's Alice.
What, Big Alice in Manchester? Well, where is she? Bring her through. No, I'll get her. Alice! How you doing, Alice?
God blesses me every day.
Gives me a nice few quid and all.
Is that what you pray for, Brother Jack?
All I pray for is my Leah to get well.
The Jewess I met just now at your flat. She's not right, is she?
It's her nerves. She gets depressed.
Would you like me to pray for her with you? We can do that now.
Yes, that'd be good.
Let's get down on our knees, Jack. When you're ready, Jack. God is listening.
What? Yeah, God. Make Leah well. Help her get better, Lord. I'll do anything if I can get that. I will, God. Amen.
Yes, well, I can see Leah's recovery might take some time.
Alice!
Mum said you were here. How are you?
I'm with God, Brian.
How long are you here for? I'll take you to a show. Funny Girls at the Prince of Wales.
We don't hold with the theatre, Brian. I'm returning on the 2:15 from Euston.
We just done a blinding prayer for Leah.
Yeah? She needs it.
I came to warn you both that my son John told me the police are on your trail.
Well, we could have told him that, Alice, with dogs. There ain't none of them we can trust, but thanks for warning us.
It's the means of deliverance I'm offering.
What can you do, Alice? Spirit us away to Manchester?
Urge you to repent. Whatever happens to you under man's law, God will forgive you and purify you.
I like the sound of that, Alice.
The only way that's going to happen is if your John persuades the old Billy's working with to cast their net in the Kray's direction. That'll help us get sorted.
Mr. Edwards thought you would be a stone to my suggestion. God is working through me to move you both.
We'll have as much prayer as you can chuck at us, Alice.
He's stoned out of his brain. Why'd you let him get like this, Pongo?
I can't stop him, Brian. I do try.
Help me get him up and get some coffee into him.
I'll pray for him.
The police moved relentlessly, searching for evidence against the Richardsons. As a result, our little firm and the Krays were left alone. Old Bill had a number of witnesses, but they wanted more. They wanted Charlie Richardson down for a much longer sentence than Eddie got for the affray. In so doing, they were getting lots more on Eddie too. A surprising name that came up on their list was Joey's. He was torn over giving evidence. Keen as he was to see the Richardsons gone, he knew he could be drawn in on cross-examination by barristers who wouldn't care how much damage they did to witnesses in trying to get their clients off.
Well, thank you, Rita. You best hold all my calls for a while.
Yes, Mr. Oldman.
I understand you're a theatre goer, Mr. Fenwick.
Yes. Nothing quite like seeing actors live.
Do help yourself to tea, Mr. Wednesday. My son gets this for me from Hannell's in Davis Street. A particularly fine Darjeeling. Costs enough.
You know why we're here, Mr. Oldman. There have been a number of rumours that the Richardsons tortured you, trying to extort money from you.
There are also rumours that it's easier getting blood from a stone.
We've heard that too, sir. You know we've arrested Charlie Richardson.
I read about it in the papers.
We're getting a number of ducks lined up to give evidence, Mr. Oldman. The more witnesses we can muster against the Richardsons, the longer they're likely to go away for.
Oh, don't see how this affects me. I thought I said no interruptions, Rita.
There's a policeman outside. Detective Constable Wednesday's wife's gone into labour. She's been rushed to hospital.
Perhaps you should pop over there, Tony.
I'm a copper, Gov, not a doctor. Let's finish the interview.
That's the message, Rita.
Yes, Mr. Oldman.
You're a cool customer, Mr. Wednesday.
About that witness statement, sir?
As much as I agree with the Richardsons going away for a very long time, my big regret is that I can't assist you. I've had no business with them.
Weren't they members of Billy Hill's gang when he used to see your mother-in-law in Islington?
You're remarkably well informed, Mr. Wednesday. I believe they did hang out with that old villain. I was trying to get my greengrocery business going, and as I recall, the Krays were the nuisance then.
I believe you wear false teeth in the front, sir.
Are they that bad a fit?
Would you mind telling us how you lost your teeth, sir?
I tripped down our front steps and caught them on a wall.
Lying about that was most painful for Joey. He wanted so much to say how the Richardsons had pulled his teeth out with pliers and helped put them away, but was scared to. Suddenly the police were called away. Word came through that 3 unarmed officers were shot dead in Shepherd's Bush. The killers were being followed by detectives after a robbery in Blackpool. What ensued was the biggest manhunt ever mounted in this country. Every available police officer was involved. By the time Tony Wednesday got to the hospital, Sonia had had her baby. It was born with a hole in its heart, which seemed about right for a detective who had no heart at all. It died soon after he got there. Sonia was distraught. At first she didn't want to bury him, then she insisted on a full funeral. Only her family were there, Tony Wednesday having none. He met one of Sonia's cousins there and called her 2 days later for some advice about Sonia's depression. 2 days after that, he started an affair with her. All this kept him away from us. Meanwhile, Bobby Brown walked back into our lives as large as life and twice as broke. Straight away, Jack suspected some sort of trick and was unsettled by him.
This is it, Bobby. You got to be taught a lesson. Having us over like you done.
No, Jack.
And running.
I didn't, Jack. Straight up. The Richardsons was after my sale.
No, you pissed it all away gambling in Marbella with Sean Connery. Where's that gun we got, Pongo?
Under the counter, Jack.
So it is.
We can't do him here, Jack. Take him out to the pig farm.
Oh, no, Jack. We're mates.
Grab him, Pongo. Tie him up. Get a sack over his head.
Jack, please, don't do that. It wasn't me. What are you doing of it?
Get his mask off so we can see the pigs what are going to eat him.
Oh, Jack, mate, come on. We're mates.
Not anymore, we ain't.
You can't do it, Jack. Let me. Give me the gun. Any last wish?
No, Brian. Please, mate.
Bobby! Oh, it's easy enough to find you now. You stink worse than Pongo.
Then you better go in too, Black, so we can all smell the same.
No. For more heads on it soon.
The laughter was a good moment for us all. 4 old friends again. But then Jack's paranoia flooded back. First it was Jimmy Humphries betraying him, then Hairpin Drury, then Denny Jones. We were all getting weary of it. I knew it was only a matter of time before it all went to pot, unless we had something that pulled us together. Curiously, it was Bobby Brown who was to do that. But meanwhile, there were 2 ticking time bombs waiting to explode and finish us. One was Detective Inspector John Redfers, and the other was Detective Constable Tony Wednesday. But there I go, getting ahead of myself again.
That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
In G.F. Newman's The Corrupted, Joey Oldman was played by Toby Jones, Cath Oldman by Denise Goff, Brian Oldman, Joe Armstrong, and Jack Braden by Luke Allen Gale. Tony Wednesday was Alec Newman, Leah, Jasmine Hyde, John Redvers, Paul Reddy, Pongo, Chinawadu, Superintendent Slipper, Mark Perry, D.I. Fennick, Theo Fraser-Steele, Turwit, Jonathan Taffler, Bobby Brown, Charles Davis, David Crutwell and Denny Jones, Will Adamsdale, Sonia, Laura Molyneux, Alice, Jane Slavin, and Rita, Annabelle Llewellyn, with Ross Kemp as the narrator. G.F. Newman's The Corrupted was produced and directed by Clive Brill and is a Brill production for BBC Radio 4.